Here's an introduction for your motivational speech in the style of Simon Sinek. The disciplined mind, a path to purpose and success. Good morning / afternoon / evening. Everyone, I want to start by asking you a simple question. What separates those who succeed consistently from those who struggle? It's not just talent. It's not just luck. It's discipline. Discipline is not about punishment or restriction. It's about commitment. It's about showing up every day, even when it's hard. It's about doing what is right, not just what is easy. The greatest leaders, thinkers, and visionaries, those who have left a lasting impact, did not rely on motivation alone. They relied on discipline. Because motivation may get you started, but discipline is what keeps you going. Today, we're going to explore what it means to have a disciplined mind, how it shapes our decisions, fuels our growth, and ultimately helps us lead lives of meaning and impact. Sure, here's an expanded version of your first keynote. Motivation is often seen as the spark that ignites action, the fuel that propels us forward toward our goals. It's the feeling of excitement when starting something new, the rush of inspiration that drives people to set ambitious goals. But motivation, by its very nature, is fleeting. It comes in waves, rising and falling based on circumstances, emotions, and external influences. People feel highly motivated after watching an inspiring video, reading a powerful quote, or attending an uplifting seminar. But what happens when that initial burst of energy fades? When the early enthusiasm disappears and the hard work begins, motivation alone is not enough to sustain progress. This is where discipline becomes the defining factor between those who achieve great things and those who struggle to maintain consistency. Discipline is not about feeling like doing something. It's about doing it regardless of how one feels. It is the commitment to act even when inspiration is absent. The ability to push forward despite fatigue, doubt, or external challenges. Unlike motivation, which is reactive and unpredictable, discipline is a deliberate choice, a cultivated habit that strengthens with practice. Consider the greatest athletes, entrepreneurs, and leaders in history. None of them relied solely on motivation to achieve excellence. Instead, they built structures and routines that enabled them to perform at a high level consistently. A runner does not train only on days they feel inspired. They train daily, rain or shine, because discipline demands it. A writer does not wait for inspiration to strike before picking up the pen. They write consistently, knowing that progress is built through persistence. Discipline is what transforms occasional effort into lasting success. One of the most significant advantages of discipline is that it removes the emotional decision-making process. When people rely on motivation, they often ask themselves, "Do I feel like doing this today?" If the answer is no, they procrastinate or give up. However, when discipline is in place, there is no debate. The action is predetermined, integrated into daily life as a non-negotiable part of the routine. The decision has already been made in advance, reducing the mental energy wasted on internal battles between action and avoidance. Discipline also builds momentum. The first step is always the hardest, but once a habit is formed, it becomes easier to continue. It's like pushing a heavy wheel. Initially, it takes effort to get it moving, but once it gains momentum, it becomes nearly unstoppable. This is why those who develop discipline in one area of life often find it easier to apply the same principles in other areas. Someone who commits to regular exercise finds it easier to maintain discipline in their diet. A person who sticks to a reading habit finds it easier to stay consistent in professional development. Discipline in one aspect of life reinforces discipline in others, creating a compounding effect that leads to sustained personal and professional growth. Another key element of discipline is accountability. When people rely on motivation, they often make excuses when the feeling fades. They rationalize skipping a workout, missing a deadline, or postponing a difficult task. Discipline eliminates the space for excuses. It fosters self-accountability, an internal standard that holds one responsible regardless of circumstances. People with discipline do not seek external validation to stay on track. They hold themselves to their commitments because they understand that progress is a result of repeated effort. Furthermore, discipline fosters resilience. Life is unpredictable and setbacks are inevitable. Those who rely solely on motivation often struggle to recover from failure because they lack the structure to keep going when things don't go as planned. In contrast, disciplined individuals view setbacks as temporary obstacles rather than defining moments. They understand that success is not about perfection, but about persistence. They show up, put in the work, and keep moving forward, even when faced with difficulties. In a world that often glorifies quick results and instant gratification, discipline stands as the key differentiator between those who achieve meaningful success and those who fall short. Many people look for shortcuts, hacks, or the next big trend to accelerate their progress. But true mastery in any field is built on the foundation of discipline, the ability to commit to a process, to embrace the daily grind, and to stay the course despite distractions is what ultimately leads to excellence. Discipline is also closely linked to self-respect and self-worth. When people honor their commitments to themselves, they build confidence and trust in their own abilities. They no longer need external validation to feel accomplished because they know they have put in the work. This sense of self-respect fuels further discipline, creating a cycle of continuous improvement and personal growth. Successful individuals do not wake up every day feeling motivated. They wake up with a sense of responsibility toward their goals. They understand that motivation may start the journey, but discipline is what ensures they reach the destination. Consistency is the silent force behind every great achievement. It is not the grand gestures or occasional bursts of effort that lead to mastery, but the small, repeated actions performed daily. Many people start with enthusiasm, fueled by a strong desire to achieve their goals, but enthusiasm alone does not create long-term success. What separates those who reach their full potential from those who struggle is their ability to stay consistent even when progress seems slow, challenges arise, or the initial excitement fades. At the core of consistency is the understanding that results do not happen overnight. People often overestimate what they can achieve in a short period and underestimate what they can accomplish over an extended period of sustained effort. A musician does not master an instrument by practicing intensely for one day, but rather by playing every day, refining their skills incrementally. A business does not thrive because of a single successful campaign, but because of a continuous commitment to improvement, customer service, and innovation. The power of consistency lies in compounding effort. Small, seemingly insignificant actions build up over time, leading to extraordinary outcomes. One of the biggest barriers to consistency is the human tendency to seek immediate results. In a world of instant gratification where everything is designed for speed and convenience, people struggle with the patience required for long-term progress. When results do not appear as quickly as expected, they feel discouraged and abandon their efforts. However, true success demands persistence, even in the absence of visible results. The process of growth is often invisible in its early stages. Much like a seed growing beneath the soil before breaking the surface, those who understand this principle commit to the process without being dependent on immediate rewards. Developing consistency requires structure. When actions are left to impulse or mood, they become unpredictable and unsustainable. The most effective way to build consistency is through routines and habits. By integrating essential tasks into daily life, they become automatic rather than requiring constant motivation. A person who schedules their workouts at the same time every day is far more likely to stay consistent than someone who exercises only when they feel like it. A writer who commits to producing a set number of words each day will eventually complete a book, while someone who waits for inspiration may never finish. Structure removes the guesswork and makes consistency effortless over time. Another crucial aspect of consistency is discipline. People often assume that consistent individuals have extraordinary willpower, but in reality, they have developed systems that make consistency easier. They eliminate distractions, set clear priorities, and create an environment that supports their goals. Instead of relying on self-control in moments of weakness, they design their lives in a way that minimizes the need for constant decision-making. By making their desired actions a default choice, they reduce the mental friction that often leads to inconsistency. Consistency is also about showing up, even when conditions are not ideal. Many people wait for the perfect moment to take action, believing they need the right mood, circumstances, or level of energy. However, waiting for perfection leads to inaction. Those who achieve remarkable success understand that progress is made through consistent effort, not perfect execution. They put in the work even when they are tired, uninspired, or facing setbacks. By doing so, they separate themselves from those who only take action when it feels easy. Another challenge to consistency is boredom. The repetition required for mastery can feel monotonous, leading people to seek novelty instead of staying committed to their routines. However, greatness is built through repetition. Athletes practice the same drills thousands of times to perfect their technique. Entrepreneurs refine their processes repeatedly to optimize performance. Those who embrace the repetition rather than resisting it unlock the true power of consistency. They understand that progress is not always exciting, but it is always rewarding. Accountability plays a key role in maintaining consistency. When people hold themselves responsible for their commitments, they are far more likely to follow through. This can be done by setting specific goals, tracking progress, or involving others who can provide support and encouragement. External accountability, such as sharing goals with a mentor, coach, or peer group, increases the likelihood of staying on track. However, the most powerful form of accountability comes from within. The ability to keep promises to oneself and stay committed regardless of external validation. Momentum is one of the greatest benefits of consistency. The more a person stays consistent, the easier it becomes to continue. Each completed task reinforces the habit, making future actions feel more natural. This is why the hardest part of any journey is often the beginning. Once momentum is built, consistency becomes a force of its own, carrying individuals forward with less resistance. Small daily actions create confidence, and confidence fuels further action, creating a cycle of continuous progress. Consistency is ultimately about trust, the trust that effort will lead to results, even when they are not immediately visible. Those who commit to consistency develop an unshakable belief in their ability to improve, grow, and achieve their goals. They understand that success is not about intensity, but about perseverance. Purpose-driven discipline is the foundation of long-term success. Without a clear sense of purpose, discipline can feel like a burden rather than a tool for growth. Many people struggle to stay committed because they lack a deep, compelling reason behind their actions. When discipline is rooted in purpose, it transforms from a rigid obligation into a source of strength and motivation. It no longer feels like something forced, but rather something that aligns with personal values and aspirations. Purpose gives discipline meaning, making it easier to sustain even when challenges arise. A strong sense of purpose acts as a guiding force, providing clarity in decision-making. When people know why they are doing something, they are less likely to be swayed by distractions or temporary discomfort. They have a clear vision of where they want to go and understand that discipline is the bridge between where they are and where they want to be. This clarity helps eliminate indecision and hesitation. It creates a sense of direction that keeps individuals focused, ensuring that their actions are intentional rather than reactive. Without purpose, discipline can feel empty. Many individuals attempt to stay disciplined out of sheer willpower, but without a meaningful reason behind their efforts, they quickly lose motivation. For example, someone who forces themselves to wake up early every day without a clear reason will struggle to maintain that habit. However, if waking up early is tied to a deeper purpose, such as building a business, improving health, or creating more time for personal growth, it becomes easier to follow through. The purpose provides a compelling reason to push forward even when the immediate benefits are not visible. Purpose also strengthens resilience. Discipline alone can sometimes feel rigid, leading to burnout if there is no emotional connection to the goal. When setbacks occur, those who rely solely on discipline without purpose may feel discouraged and tempted to quit. In contrast, those who have a strong purpose see challenges as part of the journey. They do not view obstacles as reasons to stop, but as opportunities to grow. Their commitment is not just to the task at hand, but to the greater vision they are working toward. This deeper connection makes them more likely to persevere when faced with difficulties. Purpose-driven discipline helps shift the mindset from short-term sacrifices to long-term fulfillment. Many people struggle with discipline because they focus too much on what they have to give up rather than what they stand to gain. They see discipline as restrictive, something that forces them to miss out on enjoyment. However, when actions are aligned with purpose, sacrifices no longer feel like losses. They become investments in a meaningful future. A person who understands why they are making sacrifices sees them as necessary steps towards something greater rather than as burdens. Another advantage of purpose-driven discipline is that it fuels intrinsic motivation. External rewards, such as money, recognition, or status, can drive discipline for a while, but they often lose their impact over time. Purpose, on the other hand, provides a continuous source of motivation from within. When people are connected to a cause greater than themselves, they do not need constant external validation to stay committed. Their sense of fulfillment comes from knowing that their actions are meaningful and aligned with their core values. Clarity of purpose also helps individuals avoid burnout. Many people push themselves relentlessly, believing that discipline means working harder and harder without rest. However, discipline without purpose can lead to exhaustion and dissatisfaction. When people operate with purpose, they understand the importance of balance. They recognize that sustainability is key and that discipline should serve their well-being, not harm it. They make intentional choices about where to direct their energy, ensuring that their efforts are meaningful rather than simply exhausting. Discomfort is an unavoidable part of growth. Many people spend their lives avoiding difficulty, seeking comfort in routine, familiarity, and ease. However, true progress happens when individuals are willing to step outside their comfort zones and embrace discomfort as a necessary part of the journey. The most successful people in the world are not those who avoid challenges, but those who lean into them. They understand that growth is not found in comfort, but in the moments of struggle, uncertainty, and effort. When people remain in their comfort zones, they limit their potential. Comfort feels safe, but it also keeps individuals stagnant. It reinforces old habits, prevents new learning, and restricts progress. Growth requires stretching beyond what feels easy or natural. Just as muscles grow stronger through resistance, the mind and character develop through challenges. Those who embrace discomfort view difficulty not as a signal to stop, but as a sign that they are on the right path. They recognize that every meaningful achievement comes with a period of struggle. Fear is one of the biggest barriers to embracing discomfort. People fear failure, rejection, and the unknown. They hesitate to take risks because they worry about making mistakes. However, avoiding discomfort does not prevent failure. It simply leads to a different kind of failure, the failure to grow, to evolve, and to reach one's full potential. The people who achieve the most in life are not those who never experience failure, but those who learn to navigate through it. They understand that setbacks are not the end of the road, but rather stepping stones toward improvement. Discomfort is often a sign of progress. When someone feels uncomfortable, it usually means they are pushing their limits. A runner who increases their training intensity experiences discomfort, but that discomfort is a sign that their endurance is improving. A student who struggles with a new subject may feel frustrated, but that struggle indicates that their brain is adapting and learning. Those who embrace discomfort see it as evidence that they are moving forward rather than as something to be avoided. They learn to associate discomfort with growth instead of fear. Building resilience requires a willingness to face discomfort repeatedly. Growth does not happen from a single moment of challenge, but from continuously stepping into difficult situations and learning from them. Resilient individuals do not shy away from discomfort, they seek it out. They put themselves in situations that require effort, discipline, and adaptability because they know that doing so strengthens their ability to handle future challenges. Over time, what once felt difficult becomes manageable, and new levels of discomfort become the next stage of growth. Many people resist discomfort because they focus too much on the short-term struggle rather than the long-term reward. They feel overwhelmed by the immediate difficulty and fail to see how overcoming it will benefit them in the future. However, those who embrace discomfort develop a mindset that prioritizes long-term success over short-term ease. They understand that the discomfort of discipline is temporary, but the rewards of growth are lasting. They are willing to endure difficulty today for the sake of a better tomorrow. Embracing discomfort also leads to greater confidence. When individuals repeatedly step outside their comfort zones, they prove to themselves that they are capable of handling challenges. Each time they face a difficult situation and push through it, they build self-trust. They develop the belief that they can navigate uncertainty, overcome obstacles, and adapt to new situations. This confidence extends beyond individual challenges and becomes a defining trait that influences every area of life. People who are comfortable with discomfort become more courageous, more adaptable, and more willing to take on new opportunities. Another advantage of embracing discomfort is that it fosters creativity and innovation. Comfort breeds complacency, while discomfort forces individuals to think differently, adapt, and find new solutions. Some of the greatest breakthroughs in history have come from individuals and organizations willing to challenge the status quo, take risks, and embrace uncertainty. When people stop fearing discomfort, they open themselves up to possibilities they might have never considered before. They become more willing to experiment, to fail, and to try again, knowing that discomfort is simply part of the process of discovery. Discomfort also strengthens discipline. Those who only take action when they feel comfortable will always struggle with consistency. Discipline requires the ability to act despite discomfort, to push forward even when motivation is low. People who train themselves to embrace discomfort find it easier to stay committed to their goals because they are no longer controlled by the need to feel comfortable. They learn to take action not based on how they feel in the moment, but based on their commitment to growth. The ability to embrace discomfort separates those who achieve their goals from those who remain stuck. Every great achievement requires moments of struggle, self-doubt, and difficulty. Those who succeed are not necessarily the most talented or the most intelligent, but rather those who are willing to endure discomfort and persist through challenges. They reframe discomfort as an opportunity rather than an obstacle. Instead of running from it, they lean into it, knowing that growth lies on the other side. Focus is one of the most powerful assets a person can develop. In a world filled with distractions, the ability to concentrate on a single task or goal for an extended period has become increasingly rare. Many people struggle to stay focused because they allow their attention to be pulled in multiple directions. They start a task, but quickly shift to something else, never fully committing to deep work. Without focus, progress remains scattered and results are inconsistent. Those who achieve greatness in any field do so not because they are constantly busy, but because they know how to direct their attention with discipline and purpose. The mind is constantly bombarded with information, notifications, and competing demands. Social media, emails, news updates, and endless entertainment options make it difficult to maintain focus. Many people believe they are multitasking, but in reality, they are simply switching between tasks rapidly, which decreases efficiency and increases cognitive fatigue. Studies show that multitasking reduces productivity because the brain takes time to adjust each time it shifts focus. Those who master the art of deep focus understand that true productivity comes from eliminating distractions and dedicating their energy to one thing at a time. One of the most effective ways to build focus is to create an environment that minimizes distractions. The brain responds to its surroundings, and an environment filled with interruptions makes it nearly impossible to concentrate for long periods. Successful individuals design their workspaces intentionally. They remove unnecessary clutter, turn off notifications, and establish clear boundaries to protect their focus. They recognize that focus is not just about willpower, but about structuring life in a way that supports deep concentration. Mental discipline is essential for sustaining focus. The mind naturally wanders, especially when faced with difficult or repetitive tasks. It seeks instant gratification, looking for easier and more stimulating activities. However, those who develop focus train their minds to resist distractions. They practice mindfulness, bringing their attention back to the task at hand whenever it drifts. Over time, this ability strengthens, making it easier to maintain focus for longer periods. Just as physical exercise strengthens the body, mental discipline strengthens the mind's ability to concentrate. Clear priorities are another key component of focus. Many people struggle with focus because they do not have a clear sense of what truly matters. They spread their energy across too many tasks, diluting their effectiveness. High achievers simplify their priorities. They identify the most important goals and direct their full attention toward them. They understand that not all tasks are equally valuable and that real progress comes from focusing on what moves the needle forward. Instead of trying to do everything, they focus on doing a few things exceptionally well. Time management plays a crucial role in maintaining focus. Without structure, focus becomes difficult to sustain. Those who excel in their fields use strategies such as time blocking, where they dedicate specific periods to deep work without interruptions. They schedule their most important tasks during their peak hours of energy and alertness, ensuring that their best focus is applied to high-value work. They also set clear deadlines, which create a sense of urgency and prevent procrastination. By managing time effectively, they ensure that focus is directed where it matters most. Energy management is just as important as time management when it comes to focus. Many people assume that longer hours equal higher productivity, but without energy, focus diminishes. Successful individuals prioritize rest, exercise, and nutrition because they understand that the mind and body need to be in peak condition to sustain deep work. They take breaks strategically, using techniques like the Pomodoro method, where periods of intense focus are followed by short breaks. This allows them to maintain high levels of concentration throughout the day without mental burnout. One of the greatest challenges to focus is the presence of mental clutter. When the mind is filled with unfinished tasks, worries, and distractions, it becomes difficult to concentrate on the present moment. High performers practice mental clarity by organizing their thoughts, writing down ideas, and using systems to keep track of responsibilities. They declutter their minds in the same way they declutter their workspaces, ensuring that unnecessary thoughts do not interfere with their ability to focus. The ability to say no is another crucial skill for maintaining focus. Many people struggle with distractions because they overcommit. They agree to too many meetings, take on too many projects, and allow others to dictate their schedules. Those who have mastered focus protect their time fiercely. They set boundaries and decline requests that do not align with their goals. They understand that every yes to a distraction is a no to meaningful work. By prioritizing their commitments, they create the space necessary for deep concentration. Focus is not just about eliminating distractions. It is about being fully engaged in the present moment. When people give their full attention to a task, they enter a state of flow, where work becomes effortless and deeply fulfilling. This is where creativity, innovation, and excellence thrive. Those who develop focus understand that their ability to concentrate is directly linked to the quality of their work and the impact they can create. They train their minds to resist distractions, structure their environments to support deep work, and cultivate habits that allow them to direct their attention with purpose. Self-discipline is the foundation of personal and professional success. It is the ability to control impulses, stay committed to goals, and maintain consistency even when motivation fades. Many people rely on bursts of inspiration to take action, but those who achieve long-term success understand that motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes, influenced by mood, circumstances, and external factors. Self-discipline, on the other hand, is a habit that ensures progress continues regardless of how one feels in the moment. Building self-discipline requires an intentional mindset. It is not something people are born with, but something that can be developed through practice and commitment. Many people believe that self-discipline is about restriction and deprivation, but in reality, it is about freedom. The more disciplined a person is, the more control they have over their actions, choices, and future. Without discipline, people become slaves to distractions, procrastination, and short-term gratification. They react to their impulses instead of directing their energy toward meaningful goals. One of the most effective ways to strengthen self-discipline is to establish clear habits and routines. When behaviors become automatic, they require less willpower. This is why successful individuals create systems that support their goals. They wake up at the same time each day, follow structured schedules, and build daily habits that align with their long-term objectives. These routines eliminate decision fatigue, making it easier to stay on track. Instead of relying on motivation to get things done, they rely on discipline embedded in their daily lives. Consistency is a key element of self-discipline. Many people start strong but struggle to maintain their efforts over time. They lose focus, get discouraged by slow progress, or give in to distractions. However, discipline means showing up every day, even when progress seems small. Success is not built on occasional bursts of effort, but on steady, persistent action. Those who practice self-discipline understand that progress compounds over time. Small, consistent actions lead to significant results, while inconsistency leads to stagnation. Another critical aspect of self-discipline is the ability to delay gratification. Many people struggle to resist immediate rewards in favor of long-term benefits. They choose entertainment over productivity, comfort over challenge, and indulgence over restraint. However, those who master self-discipline learn to prioritize long-term success over short-term pleasure. They understand that sacrifices made today lead to greater rewards in the future. This mindset allows them to stay focused on their goals without being easily swayed by distractions or temptations. Self-discipline is also about developing mental toughness. Life is unpredictable, and challenges will always arise. People who lack discipline often give up when things get difficult. They let obstacles derail their progress and allow setbacks to define their path. However, disciplined individuals develop the resilience to push through hardships. They do not let temporary difficulties shake their commitment to their goals. Instead, they see obstacles as opportunities to grow stronger, more focused, and more determined. This ability to persevere separates those who achieve their dreams from those who settle for less. Managing emotions is another crucial aspect of self-discipline. Many people let their emotions dictate their actions. They avoid difficult tasks when they feel unmotivated, give in to distractions when they feel stressed, or make impulsive decisions based on fleeting emotions. However, discipline requires the ability to act despite emotions. It means working out even when tired, studying even when uninterested, and pushing forward even when discouraged. Those who develop self-discipline learn to acknowledge their emotions without letting them control their behavior. A strong sense of purpose enhances self-discipline. When people have a compelling reason behind their actions, it becomes easier to stay committed. They are not just forcing themselves to be disciplined, they are working towards something meaningful. This sense of purpose acts as an internal motivator, providing the strength to stay consistent even in difficult times. People who lack purpose struggle with discipline because they do not see the bigger picture. They focus on the discomfort of the moment instead of the long-term benefits of their efforts. Accountability is a powerful tool for strengthening self-discipline. Many people find it easier to stay committed when they are accountable to someone else. This is why mentorship, coaching, and peer support are valuable. When individuals share their goals with others, they create a sense of responsibility. They do not want to disappoint those who believe in them. Even self-accountability, such as tracking progress or setting deadlines, helps maintain discipline by providing measurable benchmarks for success. Self-discipline also requires self-awareness. People who struggle with discipline often do so because they lack awareness of their habits, triggers, and weaknesses. They do not realize when they are making excuses, falling into procrastination, or allowing distractions to take over. Those who develop self-discipline cultivate a high level of self-awareness. They recognize their patterns and actively work to improve them. They identify the behaviors that hold them back and replace them with habits that support their goals. This conscious effort allows them to take control of their actions rather than being controlled by external influences.